Okay. So let's pull a couple tarot cards, shall we? I know it's been a while. I haven't been consistent with my videos, but I've been busy. So it really feels like things are getting even crazier. So my biggest piece of advice, or I guess the biggest thing that I want to say, is that it's incredibly important to connect with your body at this time, to connect with your breath, to calm your nervous system, and to make sure that you're refocusing on what you actually want to build, what you actually want to build, what you want to see, not just and not just getting sucked into the media craziness. The more you're in a fear frequency or a stressful frequency, the easier it is for your system to get hijacked. The easier it is for you, to be hypnotized. The easier it is for someone else to control you. Guilt, by the way, is an excellent manipulative tool. You can make guilty people do anything. So anyway, what do we got? One more. 3 cards for this week, please. Some encouragement, some upliftment, some truth, some reality. Some truth, some reality, justice. Libra, Lady Justice, the law, natural law, favorable legal outcomes. Not compromise, but balance point. The owl is a powerful occult symbol that is used a lot, representing wisdom. There's a feather on here as well, indicating, well, there's an awful lot of myth that talks about a measurer, judge god that measures the weight of your soul against a feather. I don't know if I necessarily believe that myself, but again, that actually comes back to guilt being used to manipulate. Fascinating. If you feel guilty, your heart is heavy. And if your heart is heavy, it's going to be heavier than a feather. And if that's the case, well, then you're guilty. So, release that guilt. It doesn't serve you. It keeps you trapped. And the Prince of Swords comes out. Prince of Swords. Swift to jump to action. Is swift to deliver news. It could in fact be somebody delivering news of a legal matter. Both of these people have very steely blue gazes. Not cold, but steely. And they're very determined. Fierce. Wow, the Prince of Swords is a little bit cool. This week, be careful with your words. Ah, the Queen of Cups. This this week, be careful with your words, and be aware that other people will be using guilt to manipulate. But if you're able to stand in your truth with strong boundaries, know who you are, and protect your heart, you'll be fine. I see this as being able to balance a measure of self-care, a measure of self-nurturing, self-love, and being direct and concise and decisive, addressing conflict, addressing injustice. This is the ability to listen to your intuition and what you're picking up on a psychic level, and being able to balance that with using logic and rational thinking. With a nice dose of wisdom thrown in. Wisdom you only gain from experience. So, yeah. This looks like we're more experienced. The Queen's more mature, more experienced in the emotional realm, but less experienced in the logic, intellect, and Justice is urging us to bring these into balance and to release guilt. The Queen of Cups doesn't hold on to guilt or shame. She lets it wash away with the tide. One more for the week. Oh, I should have looked at what was on the bottom. Oh well. The sun is bright. Alchemy. The Ferret. Temperance. This is Sagittarius. Yeah. Fascinating. So, another indication, major arcana, of transmutation, of bringing together opposites, of making something that doesn't appear to be anything special into gold. From transmuting lead, which is heavy and Saturnian, guilt, fear, anxiety, and turning it into gold, which is light, adventurous, love, gratitude, ease. It's definitely fire and air, a little bit of water. There's definitely a mixing, a commingling occurring this week within ourselves, not on the outside. This is an internal thing that's occurring. And I think that's really beautiful, actually, this stepping into the role of delivering justice for oneself. Being protective of one's heart space. Not being afraid to speak about how one feels. And allowing whatever is gonna come up to come up. Allowing triggers to come up so that they can be worked through. This might be kind of an intense week, but I urge you to look for the beauty in things, the aesthetics, and find the balance point. Venus in Libra right now, and Mercury will be moving into Libra very shortly, if it hasn't already, will help us a lot with finding that balance point. Venus rules Libra naturally, and yeah, Venus rules Libra, and it's a fabulous energy. It brings this love for beauty and this appreciation of beauty and appreciation for balance and compromise, and again, not compromise. I don't really like that word. Compromise leaves both parties unhappy. It's more of, oh, hello, Bumblebee. It's more about finding a middle path that both parties can agree to that is beneficial for both. And that is possible if either party, or rather both parties, are actually open to that. Trying to find a win-win. Venus in Libra looks to do that. And Mercury moving into Libra as well is going to help us communicate that. Communicate those desires.